Okay, so the news came to me as a surprise. Being an industry person, I expected that there should have been a lot of consultation, a lot of stakeholder engagement to see the possible effects of this increment on general condition of service. You realize that industry is going through a lot. I mean, truth be told, if you watch the management expenses of all the industry players, the general insurance underwriters, realize that most of them are far beyond threshold. And when management expenses, key components of management expenses is your general expense and the claims that come to you. For motor insurance claims, the key claims are bodily injury and death. You realize that these are things that insurers do not have control over. And most of the time, it pushes up their management expenses. Industry is going through a lot. I agree with industry on that. I believe that there should be a better and more effective way of looking at this. Just a bit of background. You realize that with reference to the insurance law, as the Insurance Act, Act 2021, Act 1061, specific reference to section, I think, 255, you realize that the insurance law made void of all contracts that had unlimited liability, either to the provision in this act. Bodily injury and death claims were largely negotiated either by the courts or the individual's engagement with the insurance company because, like we all know, one cannot place a value on a person's life. But this thing was capped. As soon as it was capped, it means that compensations with regards to bodily injury and death has now capped at a certain level. You can't go beyond a certain maximum based on the premium that was calculated at the time. Because whether we like it or not, the basic principle of insurance that premium should commensurate the kind of risks that you are bringing into the portfolio. You realize that the question I'm asking government is that this proposed increment, is it going to come up? Is it going to result in an increment in this cap? That is a question, or that has not been answered. It means that much engagement has not been done in the industry. I mean, increasing the compulsory insurance, such as the motor insurance, motor third party, will even have a knock-on effect on industry. It means that people have an option to reduce their comprehensive policies to third parties. And a reduction in the comprehensive policy means that your top-up, your revenue, that's the insurance premium, is going to reduce. For instance, most corporate cars will now reduce from the usual comprehensive to a third party. So why would industry want to kill themselves? Why would they want to shoot themselves? It must not be created that industry want to fight against itself. Having said that, an increment in the compulsory insurance like the motor insurance means that general condition of service, cost of living is going to go up. It will go up because definitely the taxi driver, the Okada driver, the ambulance driver, or the health driver are all going to have their cost of operating going up. If it goes up, we want to push it to the consumer, which is the Ghanaian. The particular thing that we want to protect, that is the vulnerable, will mean that the vulnerable will be running away from insurance. What happened in the previous administration, what former President Nana Addo did for the industry was establishment of what we call the motor insurance database. You realize that if the police approaches you to check your insurance, they were not just checking your sticker. They just dial a star code, a short code, and it will show whether your insurance was valid, authentic, or otherwise. Because most people were issuing fake, not in industry players who know. There are a lot of unscrupulous people, guru boys as we call them, who are issuing fake insurance stickers and certificates to unsuspecting victims. If we increase the price of insurance, it means that there's a high tendency that people will resort to this uncouth way of practices, exposing the very vulnerable people that you wanted to protect. So I believe that a lot of engagement must be done. Industry must engage. I'm not sure they have even consulted Ghana Employers Association, the Trade Union Congress, I mean the Ghanaian, maybe even TU, what they call it, GPRTUs, and the various people that are engaged in the day-to-day usage of that particular product or service. I appeal to the Ghanaian government, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. He must listen. He must direct the NIC to halt this increment in motor insurance product based on all these discussions that I've had, so that there's better consultation, more effective ways of dealing with this particular thing. Other than that, it is going to result in an untoward hardship to the average Ghanaian. 10% increment in a compulsory insurance like motor, it's not a small thing. Definitely, there will be a hit. And the knock-on effect is the Ghanaian people who will be so much circumstanced by this industry.